What's up, guys? It's your girl Jay. I'm back with another video. Today, I'll move this back a little. Excuse me. Don't want you guys all up in my goods. Okay, anyway, today, guys, we'll be doing a video. Another spooky, scary. You know what? We're gonna be reacting to some more scary stories. Y'all know the drill by now. I can't think because I have to do this quickly because apparently I have to go to work a little earlier today. And yes, I am wearing a costume. So this week is the week of Halloween, so I'll be wearing costumes all week except for one video probably, maybe, we'll see. But this suit is constricting and it's tight and I can't feel my throat. So let's go and get started. If you guys ready, let's begin. Okay, guys, so first video is the video, oh Lord, is by Wansee Entertainment, and it is called I had the most horrible experience while doing an Amazon delivery.
My name is Nikki and I'm 19 years old. This past December, I got myself a Christmas temp job working at Amazon, helping with deliveries. It gets pretty busy around that time for deliveries, obviously, because it's Christmas. Right away, I hated the guy I was helping with deliveries. His name was Frank. To describe him, he was a bit overweight, didn't shave well, and his hair was short. I didn't like him because he was very rude and seemed like he was in a bad mood all the time. And I would be in the van with him most of the time, making deliveries, and it was very awkward. I tried to make conversation with him, but like I said, he was very rude. And there was no point in trying after about 2 times.
Yeah, see, people like that already seem like,
or at least be with a different delivery driver.
You should be keeping an eye on him, because how?
I was a temp after all and needed this job. I thought Frank was really rude and socially awkward and not a nice person to be around, but I never thought he would harm me in any way. One evening after finishing deliveries, we were driving back to the Amazon warehouse, or at least that's
I
I
understand why she said, but
Frank passed the turn where we always go to
There's
go
no
to
way
the
somebody
warehouse.
would be
As I
harassing me
said
that
before,
way.
we
Or
didn't
at least
really
say
speak,
something.
so I wasn't about to question him. He would probably snap at me anyway. After he continued driving, the more obvious it was to me he was taking me to another place.
You ain't think to say something?
I finally asked Frank where we were going. He didn't snap at me, surprisingly. He just said we needed to run and do a
Oh
quick
no,
errand.
something's
I
wrong.
was looking
He's being
around my
nice now?
surroundings, and I could see that we were around empty fields and abandoned farmhouses. At this point, it was getting dark outside. Frank then pulled up next to a tall, overgrown, and unkempt cornfield. He said to me in a very firm voice to stay exactly where I was. Don't move. Frank then got out of the car and started walking up into the dirt road, disappearing into the dark of the night. 10 minutes went by. I sat in the van by myself in the dark and had no idea where I was. My phone was in the warehouse in the locker, as we weren't allowed to have our phones.
If this were me,
so
you think I'm about to just sit there? Oh, she didn't bring
her light source. I needed to pee and couldn't hold it any longer, so I got out of the van and headed into the cornfield.
Well, at least you got out the car to pee.
After doing so, I started to walk back towards the van. In the near distance of the cornfield, I could see flashlights. 2, in fact. I found that really odd, as the whole area seemed to be abandoned.
Duck and roll.
As I got closer to the van,
It's time to go.
I could hear a sort of heated argument going on between Frank and another man whose voice I couldn't recognize. I couldn't see him either. I heard the other man say, "Where is she? You said she was in the van." Frank then told the man that she was just in there, and she has to be around here somewhere. The other man said to Frank, "If we don't find her, you're
So
dead
wait, were they doing like a
That's what those
trade or
flashlights
something?
were. Those
Was
men
he
were
selling
already out in
her?
the cornfield searching for me. I snuck off into the field, walking quickly but as quietly as I could, the whole time crying and thinking I was about to die. After walking far enough, eventually leaving the cornfield, I ran down the side of a long dirt road. I have no idea for how long, but eventually I came across an old diner which was still open, thank God. And the manager called the police. After this incident, I quit my job, but this wasn't the end of it. About 2 weeks after quitting my job, I got a call from my boss who employed me. He told me that I was the last one to see Frank. as no one has seen him since. Apparently, there were rumors that he owed people money from gambling debts. The people you don't want to be in debt with.
What'd I say?
As much as I don't
Said
like
there
to
was
think about
something
it,
troubling him,
I'm
or
pretty
he
sure
doing
a
something
Frank's way of
crazy.
paying off his debts
Aw.
with those people was to hand me over to those men. And what those men had planned
Wow.
to do with me, I never wanted to imagine.
So he probably didn't even want to do... Ooh, they kidnapped him. Well, that's karma. That's karma. That's high and mighty karma for your... I'm sorry, but that is karma if I've ever seen it. That's karma if I've ever seen it, because you kind of deserve that one, sir. You tried to sell her off to pay off your gambling debts. Now, I understand you owe people money, but why would you think to sell the girl? Like, she ain't do nothing to you. She was always nice, trying to start conversation, and that's the first thing you think of? You got karma. I'm sorry. I don't think they should have killed you. I don't think they should have kidnapped you or whatever they did to you. But you got karma back to you. The first one was Wansee Entertainment. This is Llama Arts, and this is the one called The Woman.
It was a late, moonless, snowy night. I heard the chilling cry of a bobcat as I arrived home from my parents' house, where we had just had Thanksgiving dinner in
Thanksgiving
northern Michigan.
dinner. Oh, that is the
Exhausted,
best.
I had finally made it to my bed
Aww.
when my pregnant girlfriend asked for nacho cheese munchies. Reluctantly, I laced up my boots and went to my car.
Oh, wifey
Due to the
said,
cold,
I'm
it
preggers,
took me a
give me
while
some
to start the
food.
car, which only made me more
Right now.
irritated. But
ASAP.
eventually I got it started, and I arrived at the convenience store to retrieve my girlfriend's mandated snacks. As I left the store, walking back towards my car, I saw a shadow of movement out of the corner of my eye. What looked like a person stood near the dumpster, just out of the light. I stepped towards the figure, and
Oh,
she looked at me
what the
with
heck?
a giant sinister smile.
Ooh.
Her face was
Lady?
so weathered it looked like she had cracks all over her
need
face.
to get
She
some
was crouched down and appeared to be
lotion
chewing on
for
something.
your
I looked
face.
to see
Please.
what she was chewing on. To my surprise, it was a severed arm.
Ugh.
It looked old, as if it had been rotting for
That is
weeks.
disgusting.
I saw her
So
glance
either
at something in her pocket.
she's
I
starving
could see the
or
outline of what
she
looked
needs
like a
mental
pocket
health
knife.
because she's
As
eating
soon as I looked
a
back up,
hand.
she
A
quickly
severed
charged
Oh
me.
my
I
god.
pushed her away and then ran back
Yeah,
to
you
the
better
convenience
karate
store.
Hadouken! You
I
better knock
burst
her
through the
out.
door and
We ain't got
frantically
time for
yelled
that.
towards the
No,
cashier
ma'am.
to call the police as I turned to lock it. He asked me, "What's going on?" I scowled at him and said, "Please, just call the cops."
What you
I
doing,
looked
sir?
back
Call the cops.
outside and saw the woman had moved across the street.
Why you asking
and
me
was
so many
still
questions?
scrutinizing me as she maintained her
See, that's how people
benevolent
get killed.
grin.
You asking all these freaking
Look,
questions.
there's a girl out there who's trying to kill me. Looking over me, he replied, "I don't see anyone
Excuse
out
me?
there, sir."
You don't
Those
see the
words
crazy
shook
chick.
me, even to
You
this
don't see
day.
her.
When the police reached the gas
That's red
station,
flag number one.
they
How do you
began
not
looking
see her?
around for the woman while one of the officers asked me
I
what
would
had
take
happened.
him
I
outside
told him the
so that you
details of
can
the
see
encounter.
her.
One
There's
of the
no way you
officers
can't see
came
her.
back and said he couldn't find anything. I then
No
took
way.
them back to where I first noticed her. We spent a few minutes intently searching, but there was no proof she was ever even there. The officer cocked his
are you
head
serious?
and looked at me.
There's
as if
nothing
I was
there?
deranged and asked
None of the
me in a
blood, none
judgmental
of the
tone, "Are
nothing.
you feeling okay?" I was about to defend myself, and then I started to think. I am tired, and I have had a couple of drinks, so I just told him, "Yes, sir. Sorry for bothering you."
Okay, maybe
I hope
you know
have a nice
what?
night."
Maybe he's
I
tired. Maybe
drove
the
home.
paranoia is just hitting him
I
because
got
he's
home at
exhausted.
around 4 o'clock in
That
the
happens to
morning.
the best of us.
My
I mean,
girlfriend
hey.
greeted me with
Ooh.
an angered but
Why
concerning
she look
tone
mad?
of voice. She asked me,
Where were you? Are you okay?
so I told her everything that happened. Of course, she didn't believe me.
Really?
I couldn't get to
See,
sleep
now
that
that's the
night.
difference.
I sat
If
in
my
bed
husband came home and told
questioning
me
my
he saw
sanity,
something,
wondering if
you know,
it
at
was
first
all
I'd be like a
real.
little hesitant,
Am I
but I wouldn't
crazy?
discard it. You
I'm
know,
just
I would.
tired. But
be like, oh, what do you
That
think you
can't
saw,
be it.
or whatever. But I'm
I
not gonna
saw
just
it.
discard it and act like we didn't,
But if I saw
like
it,
act like he
why
didn't
was there
see
no
something.
proof?
That's just
Where
rude.
did the arm go? Where did she go?
Or at least try to,
Before I knew it,
you know,
it was
calm
7
him
in the
down.
morning, and I had to go to work. I threw on my jacket as I was about to head to the construction site, and I put my hand in my pocket and noticed that there was a hole in it. It wasn't there the
Well,
other day.
that's evidence
I
of
thought,
any.
what if she caught my jacket as I ran?
So maybe you did go through
Which
something
further
last night.
proves my suspicion that she was real. I couldn't believe it. My mind completely went wild until my girlfriend kissed me goodbye.
Aw, cute.
I told my friends at work what had happened, and they didn't believe me either. They made jokes about it the entire day, but I had my bowling tournament that day, so that gave me something to look forward to. I got home and hung my vest and jacket up and rapidly put on my bowling shoes and got my bowling ball. My girlfriend looked at me with a pleasant smile and said,
When will you be back?
probably around 11.
Don't be
I
long.
don't like the laugh she just did. That's
I
creepy.
won't. Don't worry.
No. What person laughs
Around
like that? Ew.
10:30, the tournament had finally finished, and we had won. I was so
Oh, yay.
thrilled I had
Fun
forgotten
fact
about
that
the
you guys
woman.
didn't know about me is I
As
used
we
to
were
be on a
leaving,
bowling
I
league.
noticed something at the other end of the parking
Yeah,
lot.
your girl used to bowl,
Just
and I
this
bowled in
psychotic
tournaments.
woman.
I did
We
pretty
stared
good.
at each other
Not
for
the
what felt
best.
like an
Are
eternity.
you kidding? This chick is back
Slowly
again.
started moving towards me while waving her knife in the air and making
Oh
cuts.
no, I'm getting in my
I quickly
car.
jumped into my car
Thank
and
you.
turned it on. As I looked up, I saw she was
Can someone
standing
explain
in
to me
front
why
of
his friends don't see
staring
her?
at me. She
I would've been
slowly
screaming,
walked
like,
over
y'all
to
don't
my
see her?
window, and she said in a quiet, deep, and scratchy voice,
Little pig, little
Oh, I
pig,
don't like that.
let me
No,
in.
ma'am. No,
was
I am not
frozen
your
in
piggy.
fear,
You cannot
but I
have me.
snapped back to reality.
You are
when
not
she
making beef
banged
out of
on
me.
the
No,
roof
ma'am.
of my car, screaming.
Drive, sir.
I quickly slammed my foot on the
Book it.
accelerator and didn't let off it until I couldn't see her anymore. When I arrived home, I
No.
told my girlfriend what had happened.
No.
Like last time, she didn't believe me. I really
Bro,
thought I
you
was
didn't-
insane. But I tried
Something
to
with your
forget about
wife.
it and
She
get
must
some
be in with
sleep.
her or something, because how
Later
you
that
not know
night,
that?
I woke up and saw her
How
in
you
my
not believe
room.
him?
All she said was, "Let me in," over and over.
Oh, if she's in my
As
room,
she
I'm
got
dying.
Closer. She then started shouting,
Let me in, let me in, let me in! Let me in!
Come on,
Oh,
Paul.
she seems so
Stop
sweet
being
now.
difficult.
Oh my God.
I was wondering how in the world my
Jesus
girlfriend
rebuke you
hadn't
in the
heard
name
this
of
going on.
Jesus.
The woman
Get out
was
of my
right
house,
next to me
you demon.
and held up a knife to me.
Well,
That's when
you
I
out.
fainted. I woke startled in my room, dripping with sweat.
Oh, you had a
And I
nightmare, honey.
remembered
You
I
had a
don't
bad
have
one.
a girlfriend, nor
Excuse
a
me?
house, or a family.
Come on, Paul. It's time
Oh,
for your morning
shoot.
meds. Let me in.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. So he never had a wife. He never had a home. He never had anything. He's been a mental patient this entire time. That was a good one. That was deep. He's scared of the nurse. He's scared of the nurse. I'm convinced he thinks that the nurse is trying to kill him. And so he won't take his medicine and he locks her out of the room because he's scared of her. Let's. Okay, last one of the day is this one called Creep Horror Story by Horror Shorts Party. True creep.
This is a true story from when I was 18 years old. It still creeps me out just thinking about it. It all started when I was heading home from my friend Jason's house. It was about 3 a.m. in the morning, so it was pretty dark outside. I was walking towards a bus stop to catch the blue night bus that ran during after hours. My friend didn't really reside within a suburban area. He was more or less closer to the downtown region.
Interesting.
That meant there were a lot of random weirdos strolling around the streets, which definitely made me a little uncomfortable to say the least. They're uncomfortable. I have to sleep out here. I decided to wait inside the glass shelter of a nearby bus stop as I regretted my decision to take the bus this late at night as opposed to just calling an Uber. I couldn't help but notice the dozens of flyers stuck up on the glass of the shelter. They were scattered everywhere, all varying from different things like job postings, rooms for rent, that kind of thing. There was this one flyer that really caught my attention. It was a picture of an older gentleman doing a peace gesture with his
That's
left
funny.
hand. The title of the posting was called Easy
Cute.
$300 in one day. Call me. I decided to read further into the flyer as the thought of making an easy $300 in one day seemed like a bargain one couldn't refuse. The flyer had a description which read,
Ooh,
if you were looking to make a
$300 in
quick
one
$300,
day?
then you've come to the right place. This job entails the assistance of cleaning/chores for a period of 12 hours. Call my cell phone and the details provided below if you're interested. Regards, Philippe. I was a part-time college student,
Ooh,
so
man.
any extra money would have definitely
I
been
know those
beneficial.
days. I was
I decided to take
college
a plunge
student.
at
I
the
stopped going for a
opportunity,
while
so I
'cause
took a picture
it
of
was
the flyer
stressing
as
me
I see
out.
a night bus arriving towards my...
and now I just work.
Let's be the change we seek.
Stop. As I boarded the bus, I refrained
Anyway.
from calling the job posting as I didn't want to wake the employer up, so I ultimately decided to text the number instead. My text read, "Hello, please contact this number as I am interested in the job presented in your
Ooh.
flyer." About 10 seconds later after sending
Good.
the text, I get a call from an unknown.
Well, dang, they responded
I
fast.
assume it was
but
the
I'm
guy
mad
in the
it's
job posting,
unknown.
so I answer it. "Hello?" A man answered back, "Hey, you interested in the job?" Is
Okay, I'm
this
already
Philippe
getting red
from
flags
the
like off the
$300 a day
rip from
posting?
this.
Yes, yes it is.
Hey.
What's your name, kid?
Sound like a whole pervert.
I'm John, sir. How are you? He completely disregards my question and says, "You mind coming over right now, kid?" Sir, it's
You want me to come
kinda
now?
late for that. Can we do tomorrow?
Kid, listen. I know it's very late at night, but both my wife and grandma are sick, so I could use a helping hand as soon as possible.
I felt really uncomfortable knowing this guy was
I
trying
mean,
to
I
guilt trip me
okay,
into
you
coming over
know,
to his
I would feel
house.
bad, but
Mind
it's
you,
also
it was
kind of
approximately
inconvenient.
3 a.m. in the morning, which made the thought of going that much more absurd.
It's
I
3
tell
a.m. You
him,
better not go over
"Sir,
there.
if we can arrange this for tomorrow, it would be much more convenient."
That's witching hour.
Kid, John,
Mm-mm.
listen. If you come right now, I will pay you double. $600. Take it or leave it. Whether the man was bribing me or not,
$600.
I unwisely took the bait. I ended up saying, "I'm on
Give
my
me
way.
5
I'll
minutes.
be there
I'll
in
be
about
there.
half an hour," while simultaneously getting off the bus to call an Uber. I ended up getting dropped off.
But
at the
I
address
just know
provided
I'm
with
gonna
the
have
flyer,
my
and
taser
even
and can of mace
second
in my
guessing
purse.
decision.
I'm
While
gonna stick
standing
it
in front of the
like right
house, I
here.
get a call on
My
cell phone.
taser
It
or
was from an
mace,
unknown
one of the
number.
two. I'm gonna stick something here.
I answer it and
I'm gonna
say,
have me a little
"Hello?
pocket knife
Hey,
in
John,
my
can
shoe.
you see?"
I ain't playing no games.
No,
Mm-mm.
sir. Where are you?"
I'm gonna find a way.
"Look
I
at
will
the
find a way.
window." "I'm looking at it, but I don't see you, sir." "Look a bit closer. I'm looking."
Okay, now you playing games. You talking about can you see me?
Where, sir?"
This is not
I get
Pennywise.
startled by a firm grasp on my shoulder. "Oh, I'm sorry, John. I
This is
didn't
not
mean to scare
Pennywise.
you. I thought you could see my reflection in the window."
This is not tag.
Anyways,
We're not
please allow
playing.
me to
You
show
are not Jigsaw.
inside my house.
Do you want to
Thank
play
you,
a game?
Philippe.
Like,
You
no.
can call me Creep. Creep? Why would I call you Creep? It's a nickname that my mom gave me. as
You want me
a
to call you
boy.
Creep?
All my close friends call me that, so I'd appreciate
You
it if
look
did
creepy,
the
so
same.
maybe that name maybe it
Okay,
suits you.
Philippe. I mean, Creep. I mean, we are technically friends now, right?
We're
Uh,
friends.
yeah,
I just met
sure.
you, sir.
Very well then. Let me show you inside, John.
I just met
We ended up
you.
Going inside, and I can't help but
Chill,
notice the
please,
amount of dolls
chill.
like that in his house. It
Oh,
honestly looked like
no,
he
no,
was
no,
a
no, no,
hoarder
no,
and
no,
had
no.
an
Red flag
obsession
number
over
2.
dolls.
Well,
I
3.
decided to ask
See,
him,
3 strikes
"Why do you
already.
have
He
so many
already out.
dolls?"
But
"It's
you got all
just
these
a
dolls in your
collection that
house.
I've accumulated
For a
my
grown man,
childhood.
that's creepy.
Aren't they precious,
I'm sorry.
John? I've built a special bond with these
Now, if it
dolls.
were
I'll never feel alone again. you know?
Pops or
At this point,
action
I was pretty
figures,
convinced
sure.
that the
If
name
you have a
Creep was
collection and
actually
a
his
trophy case
biological
full of
name
them,
due to the creepy vibes he
you
was
know,
giving
whatever.
off.
That's your job.
I
Whatever.
see. Well,
But these are
what exactly does this
dolls
job
and teddy
entail?
bears and all that.
Well, for starters,
What
my
grown man do
grandma
you
and
know
wife
has a
are
whole collection of
unfortunately
those?
ill, so I have to take care
care of them since they're in bed all the time. If you don't mind.
And why the teddy bear on the couch
what's
look
wrong
like
with it?
Rupert from
My
Family Guy?
grandma has Parkinson's, so she's unable to function without my assistance. My wife sadly got into a tragic car accident after
Aw,
her dance rehearsal.
Parkinson's? That
She's
sucks.
pretty much paralyzed in her legs and can't walk, so I now have to take care of her as well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She was so beautiful before the accident. I'm unbelievably lucky to be with such a beauty like her. We got married and had about 100 people there. It was the best wedding ever. Sorry if I'm getting carried away.
Okay.
No worries. What would you like me to do for you?
Not
You can
really,
start
but
by vacuuming
sure.
the house. Just don't go inside the bedrooms, because that's going to
Bro, his
disturb
voice is
Grandma
unsettling.
Marcy. A couple minutes later, I began vacuuming the hallway upstairs. The bedroom doors were slightly open, so I could vaguely view the inside of it. I remember seeing a glimpse of a woman sleeping on a bed, which
Oh,
I
she looks
assumed to be
pretty.
his wife. It was unfortunate to see her like
But,
that, as she was quite beautiful.
Hold the
from what
frick
I was
on.
able to
Wasn't
see.
her picture on the
I
missing
noticed the man
posters
was in the
report?
other bedroom having a conversation with
Was
his
that
friend,
her?
So I continued vacuuming without drawing too much attention towards his direction.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear that was her.
The next part of the story is what sends chills down my spine. The man asked me to put the vacuum down and meet his grandma.
Yo, why
As I
are you
approached the inside of the
staring
bedroom,
at me,
I see
sir?
a creepy life-size doll laying on the bed. I unhesitatingly ask him,
This
where's your grandma?
y'all,
John, don't be rude.
let me
This is
say
my
it for
grandma.
everybody to hear. This dude's
My heart fell
insane.
in my stomach when he said that.
How is your
I
grandma
honestly
a
wanted to get
doll?
the hell out of there,
No,
but I
time to
didn't
go.
wanna potentially put
Give me my
life in
$600. I'm
danger,
out.
so I just went along with it and said,
You know what?
Nice to
Do I really need the $600 that badly more than my
He
life?
then said,
Because I might leave
my
without
grandma
it.
thinks you're really handsome and you should come over more often.
Ow.
Sure, I'll definitely come over more often. My grandma wants me to grab her some McDonald's. Why don't you continue vacuuming the place while I do that? Sure, sir. Creep. The man then hands me an envelope and says, here's your $600. Thanks for being there for us.
Thank you. I'll take that.
No
Let me
problem.
check it.
I then continue vacuuming.
And then
the
I am
hallway as
out
the
of
man
here.
exits
As
the
soon as
house.
you're gone, I'm
I need to
out.
get the hell out of here. This guy is a psycho. As I dropped the vacuum on the floor, I peeked inside
Yeah,
the bedroom
time to go.
where the man's wife was sleeping. To be honest,
no.
I felt really skeptical about leaving her there, so I shouted, "Ma'am, is everything okay? Can you hear me?"
You better go
Ma'am,
wake
are
her
you
up.
okay? Can you hear
Go
me?"
shake her.
She didn't say anything. She honestly looked like she
How
was
much you wanna bet he
heavily
drugged her?
sedated off the meds I saw on top of the nightstand.
I bet you he
I
drugged
end
her.
up leaving the house and catching an Uber.
Because there's no way she's unconscious and she can't hear.
I eventually make it home and remember the man
So
had
you
given me
left
the
her?
$600 in an
So you gonna just leave?
Thank God I made it out of there. At least I made an easy $600. I opened the envelope only to see 6 pieces of paper. Each piece had a poorly drawn face with $100 written
You got
on it.
swindled. That's
I
what your
shouted
dumb
in
self
anger.
get.
What the
Why
hell
do you
is
think to
this?
check it?
I contemplated on giving the man a piece of my mind.
Why didn't
but
you think to
I
check it
honestly
before
didn't
you
want
left?
any further conflict with this psycho.
First of all,
Just
ooh,
before heading to bed that night, I got a call from an unknown number. It was quite obvious that it was the creep, so I ignored it and never looked back. It's been a couple months since that creepy experience. I haven't gotten any more calls from that unknown number since. I was strolling around with my phone one day when I got a notification that someone followed me on Instagram. I noticed it was the creep from the avatar picture on his
oh no.
profile.
How did you
I was
find me,
pretty
sir, on
freaked out that he was
Instagram?
able to track me down
What?
since he only knew my first name and we haven't contacted each other since. I noticed he had only one post, so I clicked it. It was a picture of the woman and the creep on the same bed. She looked sedated while wearing a wedding veil. The creep had his arm around her while there were hundreds of dolls surrounding the two.
Oh
The caption
my
read,
God.
"The best wedding in audience ever."
I called it. Oh my God. He drugged her and kidnapped her. That poor woman. He kidnapped her.
She was so beautiful before the accident. I'm unbelievably lucky.
He probably did something to her. He probably beat her.
We got married
And now she
and
can't
had
move.
100
So he probably drugged
It
her.
was the best wedding ever.
Oh my God. What a way to end the story. What a way to end this week. So he drugged the woman. He probably beat her up, drugged her, kidnapped her and forced her to live in his house, and he's kept her heavily medicated. But I told y'all, he's creepy from the get-go. Who has a whole house full of dolls? That would have set me off and been like, no. And the guy's dumb for, first of all, going there at 3 a.m. 2, why wouldn't you check the envelope before you left? And 3, if you're trying to call out the lady and you see something is fishy about the house, why didn't you think to go grab her and take her with you and call the cops? Like, what? You just left her there. Worst person ever, in my opinion. You couldn't think to help her? Disrespectful. Alright guys, so that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm thoroughly upset with that last story because he should have saved her. Instead he left her there, and now she's stuck with that man for the rest of her life. Inconceivably disgusting. I knew that guy was a creep. That second story literally terrified me, but I was mad at the wife. How she not believe her husband? But then again, now we know why. And the first story was just unsettling. But if you guys enjoyed that and you want me to do more reactions like this, be sure to leave a like before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit all notifications. Hit the bell to stay notified of when I post, and hit all notifications because YouTube can be a little slow. And be on the lookout for some more scary stuff and a makeup video and some more scary gameplays coming soon all this week. So I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.